Good morning, Zoom. Good morning, good morning. Yo, do you guys hear the music? Let me know. No? Okay. Does the stream hear it? No, that's good there. Alright. Good morning, chat. Yeah, let's get right into the charts here. So, today is a pretty big day, pretty special day. You got NFP Friday today. So 8:30 and 7 minutes here. 7 minutes and 4 or 5 seconds. You got average hourly earnings, non-farm employment change, unemployment rate. And then 3 p.m. you have consumer credit. I think, yeah, that's it for the week. Saturday, Sunday, weekend. Monday, nothing. What's next week? Tuesday, nothing. Wednesday, core CPI, CPI. Not much on Wednesday. I guess CPI. Thursday, PPI. Actually, no. Wednesday is pretty huge. CPI is pretty huge. PPI, the after effect of CPI plus more folder should be pretty decent as well. Friday, prelim consumer sentiment at 10 a.m. Okay. So yeah, this week is not bad. We had a bonus day yesterday. We weren't really expecting much volume yesterday to come in, and then we had a huge day yesterday. This thing dropped. Hold on, let's start off with the weekly first here. So I got 6 minutes here. How am I gonna? You got. Okay, so you got. Zoom here. You got. So the weekly, I believe, opened up for the week this week. And wait, is my thing running good? Yeah, Zoom. Is my thing live? Yeah, okay. Alright, so yeah, I think the weekly, what it did was, first thing this entire week was just open up and came straight up, right? Open up, came straight up, and then I think you didn't start pulling back until Wednesday, I believe. I think it was Wednesday. So let's go to Wednesday. Yeah, so it opened up. No, it didn't come up right away. It actually opened up here, came up. So this is a weekly opening. It came up here, then it came back down to make a low. So it kind of just did this, and then it came up again yesterday, right? Yesterday during the pre-New York, and then after that, it came back down, then it came back up again last night, I'm assuming, and now it's sitting here. So this is the structure you have in gold. So like you're still somewhat bullish on gold here. The weekly still shows that you can still continue to pop up towards the next zones here. Looking left, like you have zones to these areas to the left here, right? That's just like your resistance you have here. So you do got range going up. It's just, is there any liquidity to go up yet, right? Or are we gonna come down to grab liquidity first for the daily and the weekly and such? So yeah, that's the daily that you have here. So far you opened up here, top wick first. Now you come back down to flip bearish. For all I know, this thing could continue to flip. It could continue to come down towards like what 33.30. Looking left, like you have range coming down towards these areas here. But I think today's what we're gonna look for today is just like whether or not you're gonna have any type of bottom wicks form or any type of like liquidity form for us to continue up. If not, then at any given point you can also still continue down with yesterday's trend, right? So let's just drop down to the 1 hour candle again, because I want to see what happened throughout yesterday and today. So Thursday was here, Asian session. Wednesday, cool, and then yeah, this is where it started. This is where the move up was. So you had pre-London, you started to come up, and then yeah, so all the way up until London opening through till 6 a.m. So from 1 a.m. pre-London to early NY, pre-NY, you had a 304 pip pop up, and then all of a sudden at 7 a.m. Eastern, you made your way back down afterwards to correct that entire move during London, plus I guess the move that you had on Wednesday as well. And I think we did speak about it in the group yesterday, or on Wednesday. We spoke about how there wasn't enough liquidity, because I think on Wednesday what we were looking for, hold on, let me see, what were we looking for on Wednesday? I think we had a bias, and so let's go Wednesday. Wednesday was what day? Wednesday was the 4th, right? So yeah, so we had a bearish bias on the 4th, and then that was the day when gold was going up, right? So we're like, well, there isn't enough liquidity anywhere down at these zones here for us to say that this thing is truly bullish yet, right? And that's why we kept saying, well, at any given point, since we don't have any bottom wicks, this thing is still flip and come back into the ranges on the weekly and such, right? And then Thursday, I think we did the same exact thing. Thursday, we also had a bearish bias as well, but Thursday ended up being bearish, and it corrected the entire move. So it looks like, yeah, like I think Wednesday we were looking for areas to be tapped down here at 30 to 30 areas, down below these zones here, no bottom wick zone right around there. Never tapped it, came close yesterday as well, and today I really like this structure. I still believe that, yeah, looking at this 1 hour structure especially, there's a chance that you could still likely continue down today. So obviously you have news here, so we're not going to take any trades now, or there may be trades right after news. We'll see how things look by then. However, yeah, the 1 hour candle here is pretty, the structure was pretty good here. You had like, you can kind of see like you're starting to form this, right? Like you're starting to form like somewhat of decent structure here. So you can see like these are, if this is a high, these are lower highs being printed. So the more lower highs that you have, the more confirmation you have to continue down. However, if you don't get lower highs, right, then what are you getting? You're getting higher lows, right? Higher lows. So I think with this being the most recent high, which is this right here, right, which is this area right here, I think that's what we gotta pay attention to. I think as long as those levels gets respected today, we should be good. So let's go ahead and mark up right here off the bat. I'm gonna mark it up right around probably there. So let me just erase this, center this, center this. So we can probably mark it up right around there. So 1 hour, yeah, right there is perfect actually. Maybe a little lower, right around there. Go ahead and put this over here. And then next zone is gonna be down here off of these areas. This is just like the next like zone if you were to come down. Obviously we have targets well below there. I'll say like 30 to 30 is a target, but it's only a target as of right now, right? Unless price breaks the highs of 63. But yeah, next level is 30 to 43. So if you were to come down, that's the level you would probably spend a lot of time at. So you want to make sure you have that and well aware of that zone. So I got 63, 43, 25. Let me go over here, delete obvious zones here. And then just on time for news here, chat. So yeah, I mean, we have like an idea of what price could do here. It's just what is price going to do on NFP, right? So what is this? 63, 43, 25. 63. 43, 25, right around there. Okay, so I think next targets is, well, it shows 30 to 43, but you obviously want to see price respect above 76 here. What's going on the small time from here? Okay, nothing. Okay, cool. So bombs coming in, obviously. You have news right now. These bombs should kick price in, so you can't just want to chill out and wait until you have any much better confirmations as to where price is going, right? Because this is the first time you're kind of like bombs coming in since the morning. You can see like, oh, this is just like garbage, range, right? So this is actually breaking the lows. So if you can't see anything, or if you don't see anything right now, all you gotta do is just apply an extra confirmation, wait a little longer, and you eventually will get your idea set up. But yeah, so you're coming down, re-breaking the lows here. Let price move. Is there anything else? So it's NFP, unemployment claims, no, unemployment rate, non-farm employment change, average hourly earnings, and that's it. That's all you got. So let it move. Got the same errors here, Bizo. That shit, data time frame. Yeah, I think the data time frame is kind of like, it's similar to what the weekly is doing. In terms of, it's probably easier if I do it here. Like if you look at the weekly, same shit. It's like you had a bullish closure above, and then next candle closed bearish back into the range, and then this candle currently comes up, breaks the highs. So that's the weekly, right? And you look at the daily, it's kind of like the same boat as yesterday, except we're probably like 1 week ahead now because we have an extra daily candle. But you had like a bullish closure above this range, and then next candle came back below with the bearish candle, and then the next candle came up to break the highs, right? Actually, no, yesterday didn't break the highs. The day after broke the highs. Similar though. So yeah, just like a huge nasty range here. So there's a chance that we could do the same. It could be a nasty range here on the weekly between. Actually, it can't be nasty because it's a massive range. 5.6, 6.2 to like 32.85. It's like 78 pip range. It's pretty decent. Okay, so let this marinate. Let this marinate. YouTube, there's no music, okay, YouTube? Like, there's no music. So, there's no copyright. I have music playing in my ears, but it's not on for everyone to hear. Wasn't the last hour candle that candle? Last hour candle? Nah, this one could be. Yeah, it is kinda. Yeah, it is kinda actually. Which means that this is your resistance now, and you're expecting. Yeah, so if it's a leg candle, I don't know if YouTube's updated with this. I think they were, because when I was on Twitch, I kept talking to leg candle. But yeah, if it's a leg candle, you'll see it probably break the highs of 61, right? And then you're gonna see a pullback. You should see it pull back here. If it's a leg candle, and once you see a pullback towards like, what is this, 5.8, 5.9, you see it break the highs again, and then as it creates structure here, you'd be good to go up to fill the wick, but it looks like it already did that without forming on that. The leg candle is not too steep here though. This wick is only 30 pips, and the body is only like 25. Still a leg candle though, but the wick wasn't as crazy here. Did it print that though? Let's see. So 1 hour resistance is right here. Did it print on the minute? No, it didn't. It just filled the wick the entire way through. I guess it still counts as a leg candle fill though. Yeah, YouTube. I'm dropping a video. I don't know exactly if it's gonna be next week or the week after, but it's gonna be an update on this account. I think the last time I did an update on this account, it was at what, 1.3, 1.2, something like that. So yeah, the account's like roughly up 50% now, with withdrawals included in the 50% as well. So it's up like 60 probably, but yeah, not bad. Not bad for a year, and I think this year we're way ahead of where we were last year. I'll tell you that. It's always like the year where like we introduce a subject. So last year 2022 or 2023 we introduced wick entries, right? Late 2023, and then 2024 we started to no, how's it go? 2020 breakouts, 2021 perfected breakouts, 2022 range 1, range 2s, 2023 perfected range 1, range 2 and 3s, and then 2024 we applied wick entries, and 2025 we perfected wick entries. Yeah, that's kind of the pattern. So it's like 1 year introduction, 1 year like perfecting. So yeah, this year we're on, what is this playing? This is the year so far. Yeah, so that's the year so far. 8.5, 8.6, 93.41, 839, 1025. All NY session though. We haven't really done anything else. And then this, even like 2023, people are gonna say it was our best year, but look at the pace, right? And it's, I mean, I think, yeah, no, these are only online stream trades, but still, 1.2. We're halfway into the year, right? So I think the most we ever got in a year was 1.7 pips on stream, and this was 2022, 1.7. So let's keep it going. Yeah, 400 in 2024 and 2025, 839. January was tough though. 20% went away in January. Alright, what's happening on news here? So how did news come out? How did news come out here? Positive. So positive, neutral, positive, positive, positive. All positive for the most part. Probably asking like why isn't gold going down? Reflected off of news. It's just it doesn't always have to move with news or the numbers instantly. Sometimes you might come out a certain way and then later on throughout the session you'll pick up and you tend to move in that direction. So if it came out positive, technically gold should go down. We did break down the charts to a point where we said there's a chance that you could continue to push down today towards 43 next and then 25. So yeah, maybe it'll pick up in volume here and we'll tend to move, but as of right now, not much I can do just yet. Probably like 840, we'll see how things look on the 5 closure, but it looks like you came down, you tapped the monitor zone there, which I just marked up here at 25 for your chat. You see this? 53, no, 5.3. 33.53 monitor support there, so I marked that up there. And I think what happened so far was, yeah, so this is what happened so far. You opened up, came down, came up, came down. So you can see like the minute it's starting to form structure since news, right? This is what news has done so far. It's made a high, broke all the highs, it corrected all this junk here, right? Corrected the entire move, which means that this wasn't as strong. And then you came down, made a low, came up, made a lower high, and then now you're coming back down to re-break the lows. So with the re-break of lows, you would think that's going to continue down towards like 43 here. But again, we'll see. I got nothing here as of right now. But this is structure. This is lower highs that are being formed there. So yeah, just continue to be patient here. How's the week though, Zoom? What do you guys got for the week, chat? It was a decent week. Pretty decent week. I think the only day where like, so this is our week, right? I think it was Monday. Monday we didn't really get much. Or we got nothing. We were on the charts but we didn't trade. Tuesday 1.1%. Thursday 0.40, and then Friday was, Thursday was 1.56. So I think we're up like, what's that, 3%? My math off? 3.07%. So it's not bad. And then we got today, got the entire session still. So yeah, you're starting to re-break the lows here. I think that just re-broke, right? Yeah, so let it drive. Let it drive. And then it should be able to react at 33.43. Maybe we can go for the same play we went for yesterday. So what that was basically like, let price come down, tap the midget support. As the moment it starts to reject, you mark up your next resistance. You're looking left, like probably around these areas here. 33.50, 33.52, these zones right here. And then you take the wick entry sells from like here down to retest the lows. Because if price were to drop down, right, you'll see like this being a lower high to continue down anyways, And if it were to drop down, you'll at least see a lower high for it to start to shift in structure. But one thing that's not gonna do is it's not just gonna go down and up. It will go like, if it goes up, it'll go like this, 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 and then eventually pop once it forms enough liquidity. And sometimes liquidity isn't always steep wicks. These might not be steep wicks, but this is like structure, right? So let price come down here, tap 4-3, and I think we can go for the same play as yesterday that we did on the Zoom and DVSO one. So let's tap 4-3 here. Should be able to tap that pretty nice. If it breaks it, then that's not bad at all, because then you have our next target being what? 33.25, and you got range below there. Whatever this is, you know what I mean? You know what I mean. We got volume. We do. Okay, so they tap 4-3 on the dot. So on a dot. So watch a minute candle, let it come up here. I think I got 5-2, 5-3 zones here. Let me see exactly where and make sure here. I think I got 5-1-2-9-8 here, chat. So 5-1-2-9-8, let it tap that. And then we'll look for wick entry sells right around there. Okay? A little higher. And you want to see it come up while making bottom wicks too. That was a key element yesterday as well. Like, you don't want to see it break the lows here, continue to come. You want to see it pop straight up here. The stronger you pop up, the better it will be for us here. Around there should be good. Get ready here. We'll be wick enters. It'll be like 5-1.37s to 5-33-50.90 areas. Five will flip bullish too, but it's fine. You're going off of the idea that that's the first initial pullback. All right, and gone sells our chat. So gone sells and looking to just take it down towards like 3347.09 here. So that's the trade we're looking for, okay? First initial rejection off of price on the 1 hour candle. Expecting this thing to pull back if it were to come up. And you're looking for, what is this? It's like a 30 pip range here. You could extend TP towards the retest of lows. I think yesterday, price did come all the way down to the retest of lows, but I'm gonna leave my TP here. And then I think as for like BE zones, it'll be like right around here. 33.48, 33.40, 49 zones. I think that would be like roughly 14 pips. All right. That's what I got for that. So the minutes coming up here, you kind of got to break the lows here towards 50.40. What was our original zone again? It was, original zone was 5.2, right? It was around here. Yeah, so like 15 just closed bearish here. You have a wick to fill, and that's the same TV we got here. So again, you could, again, look to target the entire wick fill if you want. I think the entire wick fill is 68 pips, but there are levels here to the left that I'm aware of. So I won't probably do that, but it's not a bad day if you want to trail stops and profit. Same play as yesterday, but yesterday you didn't have drawdown. Yesterday was instant. So far you had, what is this, 4 pip drawdown? And then as for managing risk, we'll manage risk if it were to break above, what is this, 3371.51 zones. Above there, I think hard stops be, let's see where hard stops gonna be. I know hard stops probably gonna be above like 33.89. Then we'll manage risk at around like 33, if it closes above 33.70, right? Also depends on how it closes. If it creates structure up, those things matter as well. All right, 5 mil top wick. You have a leg counter here, Penzo. So we might be able to double stack, but I think it's gonna be once you, or actually, you know what? What area is this? 33.56. Did we just tap 5.6? Yeah, you did. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do, chat. We can't take the wick entry. However, I'll let this thing ride up here, fill this wick, and then once it breaks the lows at like 33.54.21, if we can do it within this candle here, then we can look for a market X on the breakout lows, expecting this to continue down towards same zones. All right, this 5 is a leg candle here, so no top wick on the 5. It opened up a couple minutes ago. Did you break the lows there? Yes, perfect. So second position's here, chat. Same TP I'm gonna leave. So with the leg candle here, what you expect probably on the 5 is, the thing is the leg candle supports down here, right? So I'm expecting this 5 to flip bearish, come back down towards 5.1. And then that's an area where we can probably make a decision at either if we want to close full or like let it run. But it will look somewhat like this on the 5, and then that's level, if it's a leg candle, that's a level we'll struggle at. And then it'll print the micro leg candle movements that we would want to see, and then we'll go from there. But we have a decision to make at 5.1, and I'll explain that once you actually get down there, if you get down there, because we don't know guarantee if you'll come down towards the leg candle area exactly yet. But that is the print. That is the print. That's clean for now, just in case I'm trying to see get pineapple in case. Yeah, if you had a wick entry, nice. Like if you had a wick entry at 5.6, nice. That was also good too. I think from that area down to here is like 50. So I think BE for you is gonna be like more so 5.2. I think the leg count support being at 50 though. I think both positions would be fine in this case. Alright, relit. So here's the 1 hour flip. Here's the 1 hour flip. You have 11 minutes left until a 1 hour closure. So with the 1 hour closing in about 11 minutes here, is it gonna close bullish? Is it gonna close doji is the question now. Or is it gonna obviously come back and we'll be out by then, right? So one thing I don't like about this is just the fact that this got mirrored quick. So not just the fact that it's quick, but the fact that whenever it gets mirrored quick, right, is this the true direction, the bullish move? Because it got corrected, so is this the true direction? So obviously we have levels where we will look to manage at, and I think it's gonna be above like 37.1 zones. But you have a 4 hour closure and a 1 hour closure in about 10. And ideally, the 4 closes bearish. If it stays bearish, closes respecting 71 or even 63, it's fine, we'll let it run. But just start paying attention to this. So I'll obviously guide you guys through everything. But so far, this drawdown is 83 pips, and this one right here is 49. Yeah, structure's going up is not the nicest, but then again, you can also say the same thing, like could this be corrected then? Because there's been no bottom wicks in these zones. The idea of the trade was the fact that this is the first pullback and you're looking for a price to come down, right? Just to retest the lows or just to create structure in case they were to drive up. And you haven't had that yet. Like this entire move here, at no point did you create any bottom wicks. It's just been straight bullish. Look, only the first initial pop. No bottom wicks, no bottom wicks, no bottom wicks, like nothing crazy, right? So you're expecting like price to grab liquidity before going up if it were to drive up. And if it weren't to drop up, then you're expecting price to just continue down, right? So yeah. So far, no bottom. It's coming down right now, though. But let's see how far it comes. Let's see. Is there anything else here? So yeah, 4-4. 4-4 is a zone, but I think our heavier zone today was 25. 4-4 was a zone of rejection, though. So we didn't want to take any sells exactly at 4-3. We wanted to wait for that pullback, and we did. We did wait for that pullback. And is there any mirrors on price here? Now, the only mirror that I see here potentially is like maybe this move. This move, when that level got respected in the past. But even when it went up here, it came up towards like these areas, 60 to 458, and then it pulled back towards the 4-8 zones before it continued up. And when it continued up, it wasn't an actual directional move up, but it ended up ranging here for quite a bit. So yeah, we're still good here. It's just, are we gonna be out before the 4-hour closure, or is it gonna be after the 4-hour closure? Put my foot to sleep. Whoa. 15 still open. 7 minutes left though. I mean, for sure wait for the 1-hour closure, but if the 15 can flip, I just don't know if this 15 will drive. I think that if the 15 flips, it'll probably like end up closing doji with the way the 15 is looking. I know it's kind of far, but if the 1-hour push is the chance of it closing the leg candle, yeah, but ideally, you don't want to see it close the leg candle. That's 64 zones, right? Yeah, ideally you want to see the 15 close doji. 1-hour closing leg candle will still be respected 7-3 though, but yeah. I think what needs to happen here though on the 5 is you need to start closing below here. I think once the 5 closes back below there, this move could be corrected still. And this would just be lower highs. And this is similar to what we spoke about before, about grabbing liquidity. Remember we had that thread in the group about grabbing liquidity without actually agreeing top wicks and just using ranges to identify that. So is this right here the structure that's respected? Or no, right here, this is a bad time for me to use. Is this right here the resistance that you're respecting? Like these zones, these zones, these zones, these zones, these zones? Because the structure's still bearish here, right? And this is, what was this? This was during pre-London. That was the lower highs you had. Did the 5 close below the chart? Not exactly. A little lower. You wanted to see like it closed at least at 5.3 here, but it's coming down right now. I expect us to get like a layer move today off the way news opened up, but then it came down towards 4.3 because I didn't think it would come down immediately, right? But when it came down like that, first thing that came to my mind was the idea from yesterday: wick entry sells down. So that's why I wasn't worried about the 5. Oh yeah, the second position came down towards BE, but now you're starting to create resistance here, so or support here. So yeah, you gotta close. You have like 4 minutes left until 5 closure. If it stays the way it is, the 4 would close bearish, and the 4 has no top wick, which would be interesting. You could get a top wick or at least 64 levels being tapped then. That's what it looks like. And then you also have the wick fill down, right? Which is your main idea still. You're still looking for those wick fills down towards like 4-3, 4-4 zones. Yeah, so we'll probably let it rock then, by the looks of it. Unless this thing magically, you know, closes above 65 here in 2 minutes. Right, Gold? You're not gonna do that, right, Gold? You're gonna look left and like, you know, you gotta zone the tap, right? No top wick plus the gap on the 5. On the 5, really? Where's that? No top wick on the 5. What gap do you see? Yeah, there's a leg candle at the bottom, but usually the leg candles are back-to-back move. Well, not always, but usually. But we can still use that as something. It's just structure at the end of the day, right? So can you close below 5-3 here? What's BE for us? It's gonna be like 5-1 BE. Yeah, I want to see if we can let this run for a little further. Towards, so from here to here is 35. Yeah, if we let it run to at least 50 or 48 zones, that'd be sweet. I do think we're gonna struggle at 4-9. If that's a leg candle, that should struggle at 50, 4-9 to 50 zones right here. So what you'll end up seeing is you'll probably end up seeing like price come down, reject, right, towards the next resistance, I'm guessing around these areas. And then if it were to continue down, you'll see it break the lows, and then respect that 5-1 zones, create structure, and then slowly drop down towards this wick fill, if that's the leg candle fill. But you'll see 2 things first. You'll see the first rejection here, right? And then you'll see price come down again, and then you'll see it respect that resistance, and then you'll see respect, and then you'll see a drop after. That's usually the leg candle prints. So I think either way here, there should be a rejection at like that 5-minute leg candle zone, which is here, which is roughly our TP zone. Question is it gonna be 5-1 or 5-1 or 50.53? Yeah, 15-minute flip here. It's gonna close doji, right? We did anticipate a doji closure earlier on the 15. All right. Chat, closing full positions right there at the leg candle zone we mentioned, right there at the opening, and yeah, not bad. What was that? Did it send a signal? Yeah, it did. So 36 pips plus 1.7. Same exact idea as yesterday. I know YouTube. I wasn't on YouTube yesterday. I was in my group yesterday. However, I was in DVSO1 yesterday. However, we took the same exact idea yesterday, and it was basically just you had a pop at 8:45. There was some Trump and China news coming out 8:45 yesterday. Unexpected news, right? So it just came out, popped down. We said, okay. The thing is, we didn't anticipate a move down the same way we did today towards 43. We did say that there's a chance it can come down, but we didn't get it because there weren't like confirmations for us getting it at the time. So then when it first dropped down, we're like, yo, you know what we can do? We can probably wait for this thing to pull back. And off of the way it's pulling back here, And I know today it came up a lot higher than we expected, but usually when it pulls back and there's no structure coming up and it's the first initial pullbacks, if this were to truly be bullish, and this is why I wasn't worried, if it were to be bullish, it usually never, like 9% of the time, it would never come up immediately back up to the top of the range. And if it does, at some point, that bottom wick will be liquidity eventually, like sometime. But usually what it does, if it were to come up, you'll see structure like this being created. Structure, structure. And then you'll see eventually it'll pop, right? Usually when it gets to like these zones here, it'll pop. That'll be the pop. But you didn't get that. Look at this entire structure this morning. This was just straight up, just like a pullback and no bottom wick, which means that there's no liquidity, there's no like structure to hold these levels up and continue up, right? So it was just about like, okay, now where is the rejection gonna be? So I had a zone originally at 5.2, and I moved it down towards 5.1 to 50 zones. And it looks like where price ended up rejecting at was like here. So what is this? What is 549 here? Wait, well, what percent is that, by the way? Before I do anything else, I want to see. 30.16. So we did what percent today? That's pretty huge, not gonna lie. 2.08%. That's pretty good. That's a pretty huge percentage, chat. Last Thursday we did 2.41. This Friday we did 2%. For the week we're up 5%, which is our daily average. So yeah, good shit today. Good shit today. That's a pretty huge percentage. So yeah, let's keep it going, man. But yeah, I was saying like, where is 5.9 here? It looks like 5.9 was. I don't think I would have had 5.9 anywhere here. I don't think at any point I would have had a level at 5.9 expected to come up towards there. I think what I had was maybe the highest level I could have had was maybe looking left 5.5, 5.4. I wouldn't have imagined 5.9 though. But this right here was also another thing we talked about during the trade too. And this right here is liquidity with structure. So we have a group, and then in the group we always send like ideas whenever we have something that we're sample sizing. And this is one of them. This is liquidity of wicks right around here. Right around there. So what tends up happening is you kind of just, instead of like printing huge top wicks like this for liquidity, you kind of just respect an overall zone. And then you can see like in the zone, you're starting to print lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, right? I also posted some on my IG story like a week and a half ago, but lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, and then you just get the straight drop. And then this usually continues down. I think you did continue down. Or no, you didn't. You came down towards a key or something, but then you rejected. But still, you're looking for this move afterwards. So yeah, it's cool to look at. It's cool to take note of. So yeah, in this case here, if that's that, then you should come down towards the bottom of the range here. I still believe, I don't think 4.3 is a strong zone. And I don't think that was enough to say it's going to print liquidity. I'm pretty sure if you come down today, it's going to come down towards at least like 33. I don't think it'll be here though, because this is the middle of nowhere. I know looking left, you had rejections in the past here, but the difference between in the past and here is this is actual structure after a major move. Remember we had a major move on Thursday yesterday? That move on Thursday wasn't just any regular move. It was a move that broke all of the highs in this range. So when you look at it, right, this entire thing got broken. The entire move got broken, and then it got corrected. So at some point, it's gonna have to pull back, create lower highs to continue down, whatever, right? With the current trend that it has currently. This is a lower high 1, lower high 2, and as you continue to print lower highs, you should be able to come down towards the range fill, which is 33. In the past, when it did come down, you can see a difference too between this move coming down and this move coming down. What's cleaner? The one on the right side. It's a lot cleaner in terms of traffic, a lot cleaner in terms of volume, a lot cleaner in terms of direction. The move to the left was more so like glitchy, right? Especially when I got around like these areas here. So I just hover, and then you had to drop. But so that's why I'm like, I don't think this low right here was the official low of the day, even though it may look like it, and a lot of traders might get caught up with that when you first start. trading price action. It's a support. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know, any given point can just reject, but be aware that looking at structure, any given point can just pop straight through. Easy pop straight through. Just like yesterday. Yesterday we had a zone at like 5, whatever. What was it? 60? I think it was 63. I had a zone at 63, and I'm like, okay, well, you're likely gonna slow down here for a day. You didn't. You end up coming straight through it, and that's because when this thing moved up, it broke all of the highs. So this is more so a fake out, but I don't want to get too deep right now. But yeah, chat. That's so far the NY session. We'll see if we get any more trades today. We had a pretty early trade today. I wasn't expecting that early of a trade, but we'll just sit around and wait for a new opportunity here, and maybe we might get 2 trades today. Okay. Maybe it'll be a major week for us today, but let me just add this to thing first. But yeah, YouTube, I'm not like going live every day. Like every now and then I'll pop out. Like I'll pop out for like major like news folders like NFP or like FOMC. It's not every single floor though. And yeah, well, I'll see like I'll try to provide like the most I can during those sessions. But I'm live every day in my group in Divas 01 every single morning. Personal funds. W analysis. What did you guys rate today? What do you guys give today? I'll give it. I wasn't here for like the early session today. I was only here for NFP, but oh wait, did we hit thing? No, so close to 1.5. I'll give it like 7.5 out of 10. 7 out of 10 today. 7 out of 10 price action. Maybe it'll get better, but so far 7 out of 10. Like it's the 2 leg counts didn't get filled. 2 of them did not get filled today. So, fuck, I did not record the stream. Damn, I didn't record. Okay, it's cool. It's on YouTube anyways. Like just download it. So I had the same bias as you today. I was worried a little bit at first with everything below 33.52 by looking on the 4-hour time frame. But looking left, it was clean range towards 33.43. Would you say that since it's clean range is valid enough for me to say it got more odds to come down? So you were worried about the, what were you worried about? You were worried about the, oh, they didn't put trades taken today. Sorry. Oh wait, we got sales today again. I was worried a little bit at first when everything below 5.2. With everything below 5.2 by looking left in the 4, but looking left it was clean range towards 33.43. would you say that since clean range left has enough, it's valid enough for me to say that it's got more odds come down with the buys of the day? Wait, what do you mean everything below 5.3? Like the traffic? Oh, so you're asking like, was it clean below 5.3 to come down towards 4.3? Was it clean below here? Or close to re-breaking the highs? I think our next move, if we get another trade today, was going to be closer to 9.30 and 10. I'll say like 9.40, 9.45, 9.50. Pay attention to the last 10 minutes today of the 4-hour candle. Because you are coming up now, but I'm wondering if you're going to come up until then, and then you're going to pull back. But we'll see. On the 4, I got wicks everywhere, but on the lower time, we got range basically. Yeah, I see what you mean. I think when I marked up my zone today, it was off of the, when I first came on, I think I used the 1 hour. So 1 hour, I marked that up because of the next zone. I wasn't really paying much attention at the time to the traffic. And I think that's why part of me, no, I didn't get in because there was news coming. But let's say there weren't news, would I have gotten in right below 5.2 with the traffic? I don't think so. I don't think I would have gotten in on the first initial move down. Our move that we took was more so of like, once it came down, confirm that it came down to fill it. Now it's a sign that you could continue. But I don't think I would have taken anything below 5.2. So yeah, I would have been in the same boat as you. I would have been skeptical about the range coming down as well because looking left, there wasn't as like clean traffic to the left. I would have been just as skeptical as you, man. The 4 is clean though. But yeah, in the lower time frame, it's a little tough there. We're close to breaking the highs, yeah. That's it. The only thing that I would have done different about that trade chat, if I saw off the bat, wick entries at 5, 6 instead of like taking the second entry at 5.4, 20 pip difference, but I think either way the advantage point is the same zone, and either move like the one at wick entry at 5.6, if you were to get that instead, or like the one here, you would have got the same amount of pips, or same advantage point. I mean, right? Because you're looking to come down towards like here in a way, so you would have been in profit either way. Is what I'm trying to say. Here or here. Sometimes you miss a second pineapple, and that pineapple might not be. That pineapple can still come down towards your advantage point, but the range distance between there and your first position might not get you in profit or break even. But in this case, both scenarios did. But yeah, don't get faked out, or if you're unsure about where price is going right now, just wait. I'm telling you, just wait. Continue to wait. And you'll get to a point where things will look like very clean. It'll be 9-day difference compared to how things are right now. But it's a Friday, right? So you shouldn't like try to force any trades to end off the week. And yeah, just continue to wait. If you don't see something that's 100%, don't take it. Never take your 80s, never take your 70s, never take your 90s. Always take your 100s. Because why would you sell down for a lower probability trade? Why? So just wait. Whenever you're unsure, just apply an extra confirmation. That's the thing about waiting. They keep saying there's no delay on Zoom. YouTube, did you guys learn anything today? Chat. what was the most important thing y'all learned today? Honestly, I got on a little later today. Maybe if I got on earlier, it would have been a little more weighted. Actually, no, I got a usual time today. I usually get on like 8:15, 8:20. That's usually the time I get on that. There's just no intro though. No intro on the stream. Don't over risk. What was the drawdown here? Let me actually journal my trade. It was 91 pips, and then this one was 50. It wasn't crazy. But let me journal. Yeah, don't over risk though, for sure. Never over risk. Whenever you feel like over risking, right? Just look at your journal. Be like, wow, look how far I've come. Why would I want to fuck this up? Because it's more important to get your mind right and your sharpness intact over making back your losses or profits, right? Because those profits can come every day, any day. Naturally, it will come too. But your mindset, it can't come naturally. Like it has to be fixed. Like you have to be sharp. The profits will come naturally though, but you actually have to work towards your mindset. And that's sometimes holding on trades, staying out when you should be staying out, not getting in just because it's a quick, easy move, and it won't do any damage to my psychology. It will lead to something. It always does. And I know that. For sure. So first position today, New York Gold. Today's 6/6. 6/6/2025, June 6th. Chat, did y'all see that Halliburton game winner yesterday? That was an insane shot. I'm going for paces this finals though. 847 New York Gold. Bearish bias. Still bearish bias. Apple, sells. First idea was liquidity. Second idea was also liquidity. First idea was off in the minute. Second idea was off of the 5, I think, right? I think it was off of the 5. Yeah, 5 leg candle. So let me put that. 5 leg candle. Wick entries. What was our TP here? The 5 zone. By the way, if this is a leg candle that you reject, yes we did. Come back below. Hey, maybe below 48 today we got something else, chat. Might be pretty crazy below 48 today actually. Below 48, you may break through 44. No break even today. First trade was the 1 hour, minute. Second trade was a 5-1. Expected liquidity. Second one expected like candle fill. 1 hour, 5. Wins on both though. $1.36, 28.80. What was this? 28.80. Max drawdowns. 100. This one's 69. Yeah. Max profits. came down TP, right? Basically, our TP was, we moved it to the, we adjusted our TP, so yeah. I think we got perfect closures, or we hit TP to closures. 35. I'm just gonna put whatever we closed at. Another 5. And then this one. Yeah, chat, below, pay attention to below 48 here, man. Again, like third time in a row, you're respecting the highs here. One first high. So you had this junk, whatever this was, right? With a range, glitch, glitch. And then this right here broke all of the highs. Boom, first pop. Right, so I'm gonna highlight this in yellow, right around here. First pop, boom, broke all of the highs. All these highs got broken, boom. Second highs, came all the way down towards here, right? And then made a high here, boom. Came back down towards here, made a high here, boom, broke that previous high. And if you look at this, even if you want to put your trend line here like this, you can say, well, isn't this a higher low and this is gonna go up, right? It could. However, if you look at the structure, this broke the previous kind of high. This is the first high right here. This right here is the first high that broke the previous high in this range. This high respected that high, right? It's only 3 highs, but this one respected that. This one actually broke the previous one. So as it comes down, there's a much higher chance it has to push past these levels that's respecting, right? So I'll say below 48 here, chat. Below 48, you can get something here. I'll say below here. Wait till it closes below there because, you know, respecting here can still pop up. But below 48, you can probably get a decent move coming down towards 44 and then maybe even a push past. But at least you have an advantage from 48 down to 44. So we'll see how things look and we'll see if we can grab that. But that's like the next idea that I have here. So again, still bearish bias. We haven't changed that all day yet since coming to the charts to them. And yeah, let me just finish the journal out though, because I don't want to be late to this. $8.44. New York gold sells. This was liquidity. Weak entries on the 1 hour. Full. And what did we do total today? We did 36 per 1.7. So let's see. 36 plus 1.7, 37.7, 38. Alright, boom. Alright, so we can probably delete a bunch of levels here for now. Delete that, delete this. NYC in 5 minutes here, so wait for that. Should get some more volume coming in. I was looking more so towards like 8:45 to 8:50 for trades, but maybe it'll come earlier for NYC. I'll say it was a chill day and week. I'm trying to apply those extra confirmations down to my trade like you explained us. Nope. Even got out on purpose because I didn't apply the extra confirmation to re-enter when it was straightforward. Wait, so did the trade play out when you got out or what? No way to use a calculator for that. Gotta make sure, you know, sometimes the numbers be playing games with you. If you guys enjoy the stream, the chat, make sure you leave a like and sub to the channel. For any videos, lives when I go live, in case you don't follow my socials. 120 likes today, chat. Chat, can we get to like 150? Unless we have one pip and dippers. Oh, that's still a thing, right? For sure. I know it's still a thing because even in the Zoom call, even in my own group, we got pip and dippers. So it's definitely still a thing. The trade play I just got out since I had a chance to click the BE wait for extra confirmation I was looking for. That's good though. It's good. That's good habits that you're building. Always good habits. Like those habits go much further than whenever you make those profits. Like you're gonna forget about that trade, but you like staying out because or you getting in and then getting out because you understood you can get your confirmation. You're actually gonna remember that, right? That's actually gonna build your discipline, build your mental. So yeah, it was the right play. Even though the trade played out and you could have made X amount of money today, X% more, you still made the right call. Did it close below 4.8? No, it did not. Yeah, so it's starting to print lower highs here, but let's see, it's gotta hold. It's gotta hold. It's gotta hold. It's gotta hold. If it breaks above, we can still get a fake out, but below 48 though. Below 48, chat. And I'm thinking you're gonna mirror this. This is what I'm thinking. This move will get mirrored. Same highs that you're rejecting at. 1, 2, 3, 4 highs there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 highs here. Clean traffic pulled down towards here. You did struggle here in the past, right around there. Look where you struggled as well, right around there, right? And then pop down here. So I'm saying like the 945 candle closure. If you can close below 5.2 here, below 5.2, and then you get a mirror down towards like 40, and then you get another pullback towards 46, and then continuation. So it'll be like some structural move here. It's not gonna be too bad. Something like that. That's what happened here, right? So I'm just basing off of that. All these wicks here are lower highs. Lower highs. So same here. Leg candle where? Yo, there's no leg candle. No leg candle examples today. Because that's rare too. Usually we get a leg candle, you feel it immediately. I think it has to do with structure too though. Because this is a leg candle right here. Maybe it'll come up. NYC open here, chat. I know it feels like we had NYC open like 2 hours ago, but NYC open right now. Let's see what happens there. So you got the fake out instead of just the lower highs being respected and drive. What's gonna happen? Did you close below? No. So next 15 is what I'm eyeing. I would imagine 845, 850 we got our positions, but we got close below 5.2 here for that to happen. 52.337. Feels like another day. Still bearish. Bearish bias all day. So far. Can you close below 548 here though? Rejecting it once again at 48. So far, 2 buys since last month. Yeah, we've only had 2 buys since last month, but yeah, no, look, we have bearish bias, and then only like 2 buy ideas, rest of sells. So since like April, what is this? Since April 28, we've only had like 2 buys of like. That's like 30 trades, 20, 30, yeah, like 30 something trades. That's it though. So much sells. Yeah, you had a lot of sells, a lot of sell ideas. And it's funny because we're at all-time highs. You would imagine that we'll only get buys, but we got mainly just sells. YouTube, how's trading been though? The last couple of weeks. I only want to see everyone. I want to see everyone saying good. Better not see no. We need you back because you guys don't need me back. Y'all got it. You got 5 years of data. You guys can use that data for something. I'm not your Divas 01 member, but we take the exact same trades. That's good. Yeah, I think you, Spaceman Sam, or was it Spaceman or is it Space Cadet? But we have a lot of people who are in, and they send me screenshots, or they repost me, or they post it and tag me in same positions. I'm like, that's good though. See what I mean? You guys don't need me. 5 years of streams, that's more than enough time to just even watch back and stuff. And me, yeah, M10 predictions. I always get Spaceman and M10 confused. But yeah, it's been good though. Everything's been good. I think it took us a while to like get back in flow state. Elvis is looking at the joint right now. Yeah, it took us a while to get back into flow state like that. But January was tough. We had a pretty tough January, like very, very tough January coming back. It was our first month back on the streams. Tough to start. However, I think by like February, end of February, things got good. March got very good. April got very good, and then June's been pretty good so far. But I think the major change that I had to make was just like, I think it was more so of like a shift in mindset. Like because even I was telling my girls yesterday too, like even before I hopped off, like even like last year, the year before, like sometimes there's like things that kind of distract you, right? And it's nothing to do with the chat, nothing to do with whatever, but it's just like anything. Like someone could say something to you about your trading, and it might throw your whole fucking mental off for the day, and you don't want to trade anymore. So I think I had to like, it took me a long time to adapt, and I've always wanted to get to that point, and I'm finally there. But it's like where nothing affects you. Like nothing regarding like what anyone could say to you. If someone asks you something about trading, like you're just every day you have the same consistent approach. right? So I think that's what matters the most. Like just coming with the same consistent approach, even if you're fucking drowning in like losses after losses, the losses. If you come with the same approach every day, eventually you'll pick your feet up. Eventually, right? But as long as you continue to try and adapt and adjust new things each day, you'll always get back to a point where you once were. If anything, majority of the times when you get back to that point, you surpass that point every time. That's his trading journey and life journey, right? So as long as you continue to continue walking, continue trying new stuff every day until you get your groove back, you eventually will get to that point. And yeah, the biggest change for me was just like consistent approach every day. So it's just come to the charts and not expect to win or lose or BE. Just expect to wait. If you're unsure, you don't gotta test yourself. That's another thing too. I've been saying that a lot. Like you don't have to test yourself. Test to see if you're good now. Just wait. Apply an extra confirmation. You get that confirmation, boom, right? You're in. If you don't get that confirmation, then you're kind of just you wait. You continue to wait. I mean that's it. Like the worst that can happen is like you don't get any trades for a day, but eventually as you continue to wait, it might be a day or 2 days, might just be a session, who knows, but you'll eventually get your trades up. And when you see it, you'll be like, wow, there's a huge difference in how price looks now that things are confirmed versus how things were looking when I was waiting. Right? Because sometimes you come to the charts and things look messy and you're like, is it a me issue? Am I just like blinded by the chart? Can I just not read the charts, or what? What's the issue here? So yeah, you gotta take the same approach, and it'll be a 9-day difference. And that's sometimes how it is. Like sometimes I come to the charts here with the Zoom and we're on until like usually 9:30, 10. And sometimes during the morning session we're totally lost. Like we have no idea what's going on, but we're also not like hunting. We know not to hunt when we're lost. So we're like, okay, well, we're gonna wait. And then all of a sudden you get this one candle, this 2-3 candles, prints what we wanted to see, and now our eyes are open wide like, damn, that's clean. And then it's a 9-day difference between like clean subs versus non-clean subs. So yeah, that's all that it really is. Just come every day, same approach, and you'll pick your group back up. People still sleeping. Jordy. You have to be a narcissist, unfortunately. What does that mean? I think you gotta be a little like delusional though. I did say that before. You gotta be a little delusional. I don't think it's delusional. I think it's more so like confident to know yourself and know like what you can achieve, right? Not like dream. Don't be dreaming of what you could do. Be confident in what you do. Like confident in what you could counter, like what you can actually bring to the table, right? But you gotta have a vision for that first. But yeah, like it's confidence, Even when you're at your worst, you gotta remember like what you've done, what you could do, and just work towards it. As long as you have a goal to work towards, you'll get close to it. Sometimes you might get to the goal too, but at least having a goal, you get closer to the goal than further away from it. You don't want to be like spiraling and just like all over the place. Yeah, so you're coming down here. NYC picked up in volume here. You have 45 here, 15 closure in 5 minutes. I want to see the 15 close below the next 15. And I think you can get a mirror here potentially here. You can get a mirror on price. So let's see. Close below 5.8, but you want to see this 50 close. 45, 50 candle close. You're in sells, 33.49 on sells. Jordy, what's up? Wait, Jordy, aren't you still in thing, bro? What did we peak today on YouTube? 460? 470, something like that? We have 131 likes though. That's pretty good. Maybe we get to like. When's the next major folder here, chat? Next major folder you have is on. FOMC on Wednesday, June 18. So we'll see. That might be the next time. Or is there CPI in there today? No, not CPI. I won't be here for CPI on YouTube. I won't be here. I'll be on the thing for CPI. Major folders like NFP or like FOMC or something. CPI is pretty major too, but maybe FOMC, the 18th, or next NFP. I'll see. Hey, I do have couple free things still. Like I have a drive where I uploaded 2 recordings of the DVSO1 groups in the morning on 2 pretty valuable days. Like we had last Friday I put in there, and I think this Tuesday or Monday, I forgot what day it was, but it's a drive where it's a freebies drive. I'm not gonna upload every stream, but I'll upload like, you know, the ones where I think are top tier. And then yeah, I did share that to you guys. Chat, what did you guys get for the week so far though? What's been your what's your week? 11% for Visa. Penzo, what's your FTMO at today? YouTube, what's your percentage for the week? What did you guys gain this week? 2%? I think any percentage is good. As long as, even if it's a loss and you follow your plan, it's good too. But if you're in the blues, you're top 1%. 12% on a week, nice. Damn, you beat Visa. Penzo, 3.4% at the FTMO, nice. Up 6%. Nev 20. Did you follow your plan though? Or did you just like, you know, take a bunch of round trades should be taken? Up 6 is good. 6 is pretty good. We've been averaging like, I'll say 4 to 5% or 3 to 5% per week. But roughly 1% per day, trading day. So yeah, this week we got right up to the average, and we kept the same lots since the start. Last week we did 5% as well, 5.02. This week we did 5.14. The week before we only did 2.89. The week prior to that we did 1.94. Week prior to that we did 3.32. Before that 5. 7.50 major week, 5.49 the week before that, negative 10%, and then 9%, 13%, 2%, 2.38, 4.95, 4.99, 5.64, negative 7. 0.53, 3.86. So it's been consistent. It's been around that realm. And just day by day, 1K accounts growing. And you might get another trade today. So 945 here. Let's see what happens now. 945. The 15 candle closed below the range here. Top wicks are being created. It's still wonky here, but maybe You can see it from this perspective where you have highs being printed here. You have highs being printed here. So let these levels respect and hold. And yeah, as you continue to close below like 46 here, could you get continue? I know I said 38 earlier, but 38 looks like it's struggling here. Or it came down towards 46, it filled the range and struggling here. So it's still good in terms of structure. It's still printing lower highs here. So that's a good thing. It's just, let's see. Let me see. Let me redo my charts here. So 33, 38. Did we have a level there? That's a familiar level. 30-minute closure and 12, 15 closure right now. Yeah, so right now you're below these levels here. So top wicks, if they were to be created, you would like to see it respect 5.2 probably. 5.2. And yeah, you're slowly coming down. It's not as like strong right now as I may like it. Maybe it'll pick up. You'll see it pick up though, that's the thing. If it picks up, you'll see it and I'll be like, yo chat, it's picking up now. And then we'll hunt. But right now, we're just waiting. Waiting a little longer here. So. $13%, 10%. Solid. I closed that buy way too early. I was kicking myself. 10 a.m. candle will pay. Yeah, I think the 10 a.m. is going to be pretty decent. Yeah, if it closes bearish especially. Christian D, what's up? Your account growth and trade journal is available in Discord. Yeah, this journal is available in Discord here. This one right here. Or my exact journal. You want to see my exact stats? I got you. The journal available for people to use is not available. That's only in the group, but no, I think that the TBJ journal is available. This is available, but I don't think you have the compound sheet in the free one. But that will eventually be free. It's just we're gonna test it on the group for a couple months, see if you get any feedback on it. Try to make it better. No news at 10, right? Yeah, no news at 10. So. Yeah, you can see you can see the volume. You can see it. Let's see. Let's see if it can hold. But let's look at the 1 hour time for now. See how things close here. If you can close right at like 46, that'd be sweet. And it comes down to the opening of the candle. Either if it opens up top wick first or like what. I think that's what really matters next too. Holy fuck! I just saw. I think it was a red-tailed hawk. What the fuck? That was close. Holy shit. Hold on, let me see if I can get a picture. If it comes back. Oh! That's a blurry ass picture. Hold on, chat. I gotta get a picture of this. My bad. That shit's rare. What'd you see? A hawk in Miami. Here, I'll show you guys. Post it in general. I think it's a red-tailed hawk or something like that. That's what I saw. I think it's a red-tailed hawk. I've only seen a bald eagle once here. Never seen it again though. But I see this flying around. I see like turkey vultures. And then I see these. And we also saw a bald eagle once. Yeah, we saw this in Berkeley. How many trades seen today? One. Lately been averaging like 1 or 2 average. 1 or 2 average. You can check the TVJ journal and see all my data for the year so far, all my trades, all my biases on all days, right? The good thing about this journal is that you can literally go back. Oh, look at that 15-5 closure. You can literally go back to the journal and be like, well, go to the day and be like, what was his bias that day? And then see what I took that day. The drawdown I got into, the 1K account growth and all that. Copied. Oh shit, did it copy over? Please tell me I copied over these other accounts. Yes. Yes, it did. Yes, it did. That's a huge one. Okay, nice. So all the accounts got copied. Nice. Cool. Yeah, look at this 1 hour closure in 5 minutes here, chat. 15 close bearish here. Top wick got created first. Now it's coming down. You can see the volume starting to shift. Not there exactly yet for me to say it's good, but it's close. It's very close. It's better than where it was before for sure. So you're gonna 33, 38. That's my next zone. This is a nice 1 hour opening too. I 100% open up the top wick. I think you have a lot of wicks on the small timer, so maybe it might not open up the top wicks here. Because you have like these over here. All of these top wicks, right? Eventually you're gonna see a strong drive down. So I'm assuming you can see it ticking. You see the way it's ticking? That's when you can tell a candle when you have volume here. Still got 4 minutes left. It might pop down before a 1 hour closure. So I'm gonna wait for the 1 hour closure, but there's a chance that this can just go right now before the 4 hour close. Look at the way it's ticking. Just pay attention to the. Eventually you see a straight drop, and I think your next minor zone is 37. I think major zone is a lot further than that, but you know you will likely see a reaction at 37. So if you're in any positions or you're looking for positions, just be mindful of that area, and yeah, we'll see what we can get in here for post 10. No news, right? Nope, 3 p.m. next folder, consumer credit. Done back to you since that Twitch. If I go live again, I'll be going live on YouTube. because I'm not going live every day, right? So when I do go live, I want to make sure I go live on the biggest platform I have. So yeah, YouTube. If I was streaming every day, I'll be on Twitch though, but we're not there every day. All right, 30 seconds for a 1 hour closure. I still don't know. Still unsure. So guess what you gotta do? If you're unsure, apply an extra confirmation. So I don't know if we'll, depending on how you open up really, but because I don't know how it's gonna open up, top wick first or not, but you got range below 38, so you know that. Like I like this idea of this range coming down. It's a 47 pip range coming down here. Just the 1 hour no bottom wick. One hour no bottom wick could be an issue here. I will say though, if I'm looking for another position today, I'm not looking for a late day reversal or late day pullback, right? So it's 10 still, so there's still a chance it can push down a little further, maybe a lot further. But you know how like sometimes late day you get into like the second part of the session where you start to pull back for a day. You don't want to be I don't want to take those trades. So if you end up going up and there's buy opportunities, I'm gonna call it a day with just that one main bias idea today, which is sells. If you get continuations of sells, I'll take. Right? But 1 hour is no bottom wick here, so is there a chance you come down towards 39 here, and then 1 hour candle flips bullish? What was this pop just now? That was 44 pips? Or no? 32 pips on the opening there? Yeah, so it's not the volume that I want to see with the way that your 1 hour is opening up. That's the only thing. You had it a little earlier, but you're slowly trickling down here. It's not as strong as I want to see. I want to see it strongly push down, like push, 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 push. And then you'll be able to get one, a clean traffic pull down, or two, you can get the same exact trade you had earlier. So let's say it comes down towards like 33, next minor support, it rejects off of here, 31, right? You pull back up from 31 up to like 35, 36, next resistance shows maybe a little higher, maybe a little lower. At like 33, 36, you can take a wick entry at 36 down to retest the lows, right? If this thing does push straight through 37, it's an indication of volume. So then if it were to pull back, it won't just, again, come up like this. It'll pull back and then create lows, worst case, before it comes up. So you have that advantage point from here down, or sorry, not from there, from here down. Or if you're in the right direction, right? Lower highs continue down, that's even better. So your overall target would be like 25, but you have an advantage point from 37, 36 down towards 31, and that's what you're looking to take advantage of. But I don't think we can grab this right now from here down. It's kind of already filled. I just want to see if it can push through this and clear this to indicate volume coming in, because that's the most important thing right now. Do you have enough volume to trickle to push further down? But you can see, this, remember earlier I was like, yo, chat, these lows here are not strong, right? Your stronger levels are more so below here. I'll say 32 is much stronger. And you can see it's pushing right through now. And how were we able to identify that today? Looking at this structure. Understanding this structure here and this structure here. Two key things, two key elements to today's price action that we're focused on. So let this thing push. Let it push. I think next minor zone is going to be like down here at 31 zones. And this is looking pretty good. Yeah. Where'd I have? How did I get 31? 4-hour closure. That's what I did. Or 4-hour zones, right? Yeah, so let it push. 31.46. And overall TP is down at, well, not TP, overall next target, 23. So yeah, that's kind of what I got. So let's push through. You don't have the volume I want to see yet, but you are pushing down slowly. It's not as strong yet. You have no news, so it's purely price action pushing volume in if it were coming. Pivot day low on the daily. Daily low on the daily? Yeah, you are. Yeah. Daily lows, also I think the weekly flip too? No, you're far away from that. But daily lows, yes, for sure. Yeah, top wick at like, up at these zones here at like 73 zones, and then now you're filling that wick down after the top wick. So that's pretty clean. But let's see if 38 is going to be a level that you push through here or not. I think this is, trades in these ranges is something I'll take more so last year, and that's what we got caught in a lot. Even though in this case I think it would have been fine. You had like still 24 pips. It's just a little more on the aggressive side, right at support. Gen chat. Key reminder: if you know, I won't be here every day, but one thing today I'll say: whenever you don't have confirmations, whenever you're unsure, whenever you're looking at charts and you might be confused and you might think it's a you problem, it's never a you problem. The market is just not forming what you want it to form. So all you have to do is apply an extra confirmation. That's it, right? Don't apply an excuse. Apply an extra confirmation. An excuse is like an excuse for you to get in, right? But make sure it's an actual confirmation. It's something that you've been taking or seen in the past that makes the trade probability higher, not makes the trade probability doable. And as long as you have that mindset every day to the charts, you'll always be like on point with your discipline and patience. You won't be getting in trades you shouldn't be getting into. All right, so it's coming down. How's 1 hour look? Slowly pushing down here. Can you get a pop? I want to see a pop down towards 31 here. 31. If it pops down towards 23, I can't take the same entry because that's the overall TP. You don't want to take it the overall zone. Minor zone, sure. 31, sure. If it rejects there, pulls back towards like 36, 34, we take it down, back down to recess the lows. If it comes down towards like 23 like this, you know, and it pulls back, it might completely flip because that's the overall destination for the day. It could push through still, but again, the same way we don't know if it's going to push through here, the same way we don't know if it's going to push through here, but right now it's breaking out low, so now you have at least confirmation. You're looking for that trade we took earlier. So let it pop. If we can come down towards here, it should look like this on a small time frame. Boom, boom. And let's say from here it comes back up. And then your wick entries are roughly there to come down, right? And from here it can do whatever. It can like come up, reverse, or it could continue down, even better. Continue down would be a lot better. But the reason why I keep saying the word pop, you want to see a pop down, not like price struggling down, is because struggling down shows that struggling, right? So the move up could correct this entire struggle. If this whole move down was a struggle, it could, one candle could correct the entire thing. So you don't want to see it come down like this. You don't want to see like shit like this in this range here. Like you don't want to see something like this and then just like this and then like this and then like, you know, like that, like, and then you get the pop. Like you want to see it like pop, one candle, pull back, next candle opens up, bottom wick, then it flips bullish if it wants to, does whatever it wants to do, but at least you have that vantage point from like here down towards here. So that's key. If it does trickle down like that, then we'll move on to the next segment, next trading segment. But I'll call it a day by like 10:30 today if you don't get anything. If you don't get a second position. Nothing wrong with ending the day with 2%, right? Still waiting for the 5-leg candle to get filled. Wait, which one? This one? Oh. Yeah. What time was that? 9:15. Yeah. It's starting to slow down, so I don't know, chat. I don't know. Chances of us getting a second trade is a lot lower, or it's slowing down. 1 hour no bottom wick could be an issue. Hey, but you know, yesterday when we hopped off at like 10, it ended up moving at like 11:30, 12 yesterday. What's new, huh? I hop off and the thing pops. When did your last hop in FL? 2 weeks ago. How long have I been on? Have I been gone from Twitch for? Like 3 weeks? 2 weeks? 3 weeks now, I think. Where can I see your stats? I posted it earlier. Scroll up a little bit in the chat. Or if someone has it, repost it. Have you ever traded a news day? Yeah, today. We always trade news days. We trade, I'm not gonna say we trade every day, but we approach the markets the same way every day. Regardless if there's news or no news. We always trade the markets the same way. News is sometimes, I wouldn't rely on news to indicate direction. I would rely on news to give me volume. The direction is price action for me. So price action is what identifies that direction for me, news kind of just helps me get to that point in volume. Like off the way you opened up on news, right? It would lead to whatever, this, that, and we have targets pre-marked up, and we'll use news as a guidance, like as a helping hand to get there. But we don't like, we're not looking to just, buy stop, sell stop for news, or like we're not looking for news to print the direction. Because sometimes it doesn't. So like I think today it did. News came out positive. News, gold did come down today, like it should. Dollar came out positive. Gold came down. But some days it doesn't. So that's why I don't try to rely on the numbers to always be a direction for a day. And we're aware of it. We're aware there's numbers. We're aware how they come out. But in terms of direction, okay, there's a pop. A little further gold. I think since it pulled back at 41 here, it's gonna be a little below 31 here. Probably for like that first initial pullback. But where's next though is the question. Let's see, can it continue, or is it just gonna trickle down again? Because this is still, if it pulls back here, it still counts as trickling down. You want to see it pop, pop, pop. Like, I don't know. It's still like it's still trickling. It's not even like the thing we want to see. You want to see something like this, chat. You want to see something like this. Where was it yesterday? You want to see these pops, like these pops right here. Constant pops, constant pops, constant pops, right? You don't want to see it like pop, pull back, pop, pull back. Like these are actually constant pops. Like look at this. This is yesterday. This is late yesterday though, but all right, you want to see that. Or early yesterday even when we got into our trades around here. This is much cleaner. Right now, it looks clean in the 5, but it's like, look, 5 no bottom wick now. Not enough for me. Might be enough for you. Like if you have any ideas, take them, of course. If this is enough for you, right? But for me, it's not good enough for me to enter. Check around the same pictures. No, it's crazy bird still. That is a crazy bird. What's that? Mouse sounds great. G Pro, super light, Logitech. You guys prefer background music or no background music? I think no background music and quiet. Background music makes it worse. I feel like the lobby music, holy fuck, I can't. I cannot do that anymore. $155 likes, thank you. Thanks for all the likes in the chat, all the subs, all the likes, appreciate y'all. 370 viewers right now still. Late session. Then we peaked 480 earlier. Oh, here's the volume. Okay, can you just continue down? Go like just go pop, 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 pop. The thing is, yeah, I don't want to see it come down towards 23 because we can't get that entry from that wick entry there unless there's another zone that I missed out on. Because our daily target is 23. I don't want to take the sells off the pullback after the daily target. Or is it going to come down towards the no bottom wick zone, the 4-hour candle, 33.12? If that's the case, then you have a level here at 23, 24. And then you can pull back to like, I'll say 34, and that'll be our wick entry. From 34 sells down towards 24. Or worst case, 34 down towards like the next minor support. But you have 100 pip range, minor support. If this is where it comes up, no, that would be impossible because you want to see it come down first here. So, okay, let's say it comes down like this, chat. All right, and then you pull back like that. Or you have like the same thing as earlier that we got post news. Wick entries around here. And then we're looking for price to do something like this. And then you have like the minor support that I was mentioning right around here. You can take advantage of that. So overall TV can be placed like down here for 100, but BE, clean traffic, like clean target would be like 33.27 if you reject. So it'll be a 60 pip range. So you can probably go BE well ahead, maybe right here at like 29 pips, which is decent, pretty good. Minor support right there, top wicks right there, right? But let's see, can you come down towards 24 and pull back here? This is good. It's not bad. It's moving down and it's breaking well below 33.40. Another key element to it was understanding this, why this wasn't strong. A little lower gold. Can I tap like 20, no bottom wick zone right here? And what I have next, I have 34 and then 33.12. Yeah, so you got 33.12. Next, no bottom wick zone, 33.13. And 33.34. That's gonna be right around here. I think it's gonna be a little lower than that. It might be like around here at like 30.31. Yeah, so I'll say that's a tap. That counts as a tap. So now if you can pull back here, wick entries back down would be nice. It'll be around 31 levels, chat. Because I think if the only issue earlier was the 1 hour candle bottom wick, but if that was an issue, you already made structure coming down here. So if you look at the 1 hour time frame, this is where the 1 hour opening was. All right, so let's go ahead and mark that up right here. This is the 1 hour time from earlier. And you can see like when the 1 hour came and it was gonna flip bullish around here, it came up 3, 4 times here, 5 times maybe, right? 3, 4, 5. Came down, broke the lows twice, came up 5 times, tapped, didn't flip bullish on the 1, broke the lows there, struggled here again, more structure here. So if the 1 hour was an issue for the 1 hour candle bottom wick, it's no longer an issue. Like now we're starting to see drives. It's just how do you get in, right? I don't want to get on the breakout lows here. I rather get a wick entry to continue. Ideally it pulls back. But next zone is now 33.12, and that's the no bottom wick zone right here next. So you did struggle here. Or maybe if you're coming down below 24 and it looks like you're breaking that, could you get a wick entry out at 33.24? That's the 1 minute flip. Yeah, I'll say 31 is a lot better here. The OG zone. Yeah, this thing can come up here, chat, towards like 20, 31, 30 zones, like right here. It just needs to pop up 40 pips here. And then wick entries. Okay, so this is the first bullish candle. There's no guarantee it's gonna pop up, but if it does, we'll be in there. If it doesn't, then it might be GG's, might be no trades for a day. Or no second trades for a day. If we can close bullish, next minute opening, pop straight up, same thing as earlier. No, don't flip. Yes, you have 12. I think 12 is your strongest level today too, so I mean, it could break below 12. The daily candle could come all the way down towards the daily opening from yesterday, or from the range here. 12 is a pretty strong level though. 12 is a pretty strong level. I ain't gonna lie to you. What's after 12? After 12 is 33, but 12 is gonna be a tough level. Yeah, so it looks like you're not gonna print those top wicks here. This minute time frame looks like it's gonna pop here with the lower highs here. I don't want to take the re-breakout lows as a second trade today though. If you guys are in, I'll watch it drop with you guys here, but I don't want to take this as a second entry today. But with the minute looking like that, you kind of just expecting a. So that's not bad. What's the range coming down? 9-pip range. That's pretty good. It's pretty solid. No news. Still gonna get that 31. If you get the 31, I'll still take it. But I don't want to take the re-breakout lows, like just the current high or low break at this time. I'd rather take the, if it starts to reverse or if it starts to pull back, we're taking the first steps in that. I just closed the sell. Nice. What'd you get there? Made many lower highs and popped down. Looks like one of the trade we were emphasizing. No, which one? Trump tweet 11 minutes ago. What do you say? Let's see. Billions and billions and billions and billions of dollars in the stock markets. Great job numbers. Stock market up big. Billions and billions and billions pouring into the terrace. Stock market up, US up, gold down. 2%. On that trade alone, so what'd you get for the day, Molly? Molly Magic. YouTube, what'd you guys get today? I know you guys got some trades, some extra trades today. Don't lie. I know you guys are good today. There was a lot of opportunities today. But what do you guys rate today? I'm not done yet. There's still a chancer if you can pull up towards 31 for wick entry sales. But yeah, what do you guys give today's price action? I think I'm gonna leave it at 7.5. Like we had one opportunity. No, we only had one opportunity today, right? I wouldn't count these as opportunities. Like I would count this as just like we had levels that need to be tapped for us to get so-and-so entries, but it didn't even come close. I think we had like maybe one or two types of entries that we were waiting for today that came close. The one we took and one more. I wouldn't count these though. I think 7.5. Like I think there was definitely volume, and it wasn't choppy. Like it was decent. Maybe a little bit here, a little bit up here. Yeah, like a 7 to 7.5 out of 10, I'll say. It's not bad. It wasn't that difficult to read today, though, right? Like it wasn't as bad as Monday or like Tuesday, whichever day it was. Alright, so these are bullish candles. If it doesn't continue up, continues to break the lows, then GG's. Because I don't want to get in. You still have the idea of that this is the middle of nowhere. You haven't filled the range completely yet, 30, 13. So that level likely will be filled. But if it gets filled now, like this, and then it comes up, it's gonna be a little difficult to take the wick entry because this could just be the end day pullback rejection that just continues up for all I know. So you want to see if this could just continue to pop like this. If it can pop like this, chat, 31, you can take it back down towards like 31 back down towards the lows here, right? You're looking for whatever this is down towards here, and that's gonna be 60 pips again, and your break even is gonna be like 40 or obviously a lot less, right? But 15, 20. You can be a little more aggressive with the break even too because you already got a trade for a day. So you don't gotta hold for runners. And you just trail stops and profit like we usually do. This year, YouTube, we've been mainly just doing trail stops and profit. I know the years in the past we like close half, let it run a break even, but this year just trail stops and profit. Trail. And we've been getting TPs capping a lot more consistently because we've been putting more logical TP areas. In the past, we'll put like 400 pip, 300 pip TP, you know, we never hold for 300 pips. We could, if it prints something nice, but usually 95% of the time, 99% of the time, likely we're not getting there at all. So we put our TPs to like the next monitor zones, and that's why they've been getting tapped a lot more consistently. You can kind of see here, like TP hit, combine, no TP hit. So like I'll say 6 out of 10 trades, that's a pretty fair number. 6 out of 10, maybe 7, 6 out of 10 is fair. We hit TP. In the past, it'll be like 1 out of 10. We hit TP. And we'll just close early. Like today's trade I'll count as TP because we did adjust it. Okay, so let me see. Can this thing pop up towards 31 here? I want to see a straight pop up. I don't want to see it trickling up. I don't want to see no higher lows being printed. I want to see a pop here. 31.38. And it'll be a wick entry, so be prepared. Off of these zones here. Alright, popping. Got 56 more pips to go. Quite a bit. There's a level here too at 24. Like in the past, like here, but I'm gonna leave it up at 31, 31. Okay, let it fly, let it pop, one more pop. One more solid pop up, go. I know you can do it, 40 pips, come on. And we'll look for what entry sells, okay? Five, 15 opening, 2, no bottom wick, perfect. 30-minute opening up, no bottom wick as well, perfect. Can we get a tap to 31 though? No top wick, this might reject, but I'm gonna wait. I'm not gonna sell down for less. I'm not gonna take anything lower than 30.66 to 31. If you can flip bullish, that'll be sweet here and get a pop. Should be, you wanna see a strong pop too. Nope. Last chance. If you re-break that low, there's a chance you can just continue to drive down. Because this is a 5-no top wick, you got a top wick on this a little bit. You re-break the lows, you know, you have clean trap towards 24, and that might be it. Almost there. No structure, same thing as earlier, Chad. No structure on the way down yet, right? It's just continuation up so far. Wow, how close were we there? Was it 8 to 10 pips again? 8 to 12 pips? Yeah, 17, still far. Cause we had like last week, chat, and like maybe this week too, beginning of this week, we had like wick entry ideas that were every time off by 8 pips. 8 pips to 12 pips off every time. But this one wasn't. This one was a little more. It's not about the pips, but like exactly where you tap, right? And we have 31.08 for a reason. That's just the this area here to the left and a bunch of other levels to the left that we're basing that off of. Could come up higher, right? But that's what we got, and that's where we're expecting to reject that. All right, here we go. Can we get a pop to 31.08? No, we broke the highs. Close. You don't want to see this bullish candle flip bearish because then it's gonna. You want to see re-break the highs here. Yeah. Might be it. Where did they come up towards? 29.54. So we had a level at 30.6 and then another level at 31. Who knows? Maybe we'll still get that. See, if it breaks this low chat at like 26.16, then I think that's GG's for me. I'll call it a day, because then it's gonna be continuation. But that's a 1 minute leg candle, so let's see. It likely will fill the wick. Can it tap 31.08 though? And then now you have a minor support, so you know for a fact if it does, you have an advantage point at 26.65 or 0.50, which is 40 pips, and that's kind of what we had earlier too. That's where we anticipated the advantage point to be. Nice. One more pop. It's gonna be 31.08 chat. One more pop. Not there yet. One more pop. Should go like this. 15 more pips. Still no structure going up, I'll say. What time is it? 35? One more pop. Another leg candle. We didn't get a 31.08 yet. Can't do anything about that. Gotta just continue waiting. No. That might be it. Could it be a little higher now? If it's struggling beforehand, could it be a little higher? Could it be 32? Might be 32. Yeah, I think I'm gonna move it up since you're like creating somewhat of like structure here at 30. If you're coming this close, like technically this would have been it. These rejections here. I'm gonna move it up towards 32.441 because it's creating like, it's not creating liquidity, I'll say, but somewhat of structure. So I'm gonna move it up. Again, wait for confirmation, add a confirmation. 32.44.411 is the next zone. And I want to see a pop, like I don't want to see a trickle like this. Takes a sacrifice. Guys, wait, man. Check. Get ready here. It's breaking the highs. Can we get a pop up towards 32.47? Almost there. We moved it up a little bit, chat, but there's a reason we did, right? And then you have an advantage point. 32.47. Look at this. 32.47, 32.41. All right, here we go. Almost there. Chat, get into sells here. Gone to sells right there, wick entry sells, looking for the move that we're looking for, right? So I think a pretty safe target is gonna be like 29. I think that'll be BE for us though. I'm gonna leave TP down at these zones for now. I'll leave TP around here. But we're looking for this to just continue down towards here. And I think BE would be roughly here. So 29.46 would be BE. I think we'll be saying like maybe 23 pips in profit by then. And then we'll see how we can do, how we can manage. Maybe we'll trail stops in profit instead. But expecting a sharp projection, obviously, not like just a, you know, because this is still a lower high being printed. So can we get a pop? This is the same trade as earlier. Same idea, same concept. Just a little second position for a day. And a 1 minute outside no top wick too here on a close. 5 close bullish here, respecting. Can you flip here? Can it break the lows? 31.35. So what is this? 13 WBE, and then we'll trail. Oh shit, sorry, my position's right here, chat. One more break it down low, chat, we'll move stocks to break even, okay? Not yet, still in. Maybe we can trail stops TP down to here actually at 25.69 instead. Still in, chat. We had like maybe 8 pips there, but it's not about the pips, it's about like the levels what's happening, right? So we have like clean traffic, understand, until 29.58. So that's why BE wasn't there. But if you break the lows again, then yes. All right. You see how it's like slowly driving up? You should get a strong like pop down for the lower wick. Cause I don't think this is it. This is definitely not it. You haven't got anything all yet. So before coming up, that bottom wick is what you want to see. True. So it'll be like 10 pips in profit when we start to BE. And it's also the rebreak of the 5 lows. Can you get down to 31.06 here? Solo bottom wick. What time is it? 42. 15 closure in about 30 minutes here. 15 will close bullish, but 15 also will need a bottom wick as well. That 29 zone. Alright. Can you re-break? You need a re-break. There we go. So stops to break even, chat. Re-break the lows. 15-minute, 5-minute flip will be a BE. If this is not the drive, yeah, that's it. Okay. So we tried. We waited. We got the idea. And that's it. We also waited for the second re-break of lows too. That didn't happen. This one's currently happening. But you know what? We'll call it a day. We gave it an attempt. We waited for that top wick. We adjusted at 32, tried our best, and I think we got max there was like 10 pips and then break even. Did it copy over to my accounts here? Let me just make sure before I dip off. There. Oh, we actually made profit on one of the accounts on the BE. Okay, so yeah. That's it, chat. So one win for 2.5% today. Took the same idea twice today. Second trade was break even, and that's it. So that's my week, chat. That's my week. We gave it an attempt. It's a little late now too, so no more attempts for a day for sure. And we tried. Okay, chat. So hope you guys had a good week, chat. Hope you guys learned something. I think as long as you understood that this second trader was like same idea as the first one, I think it's all that matters, even if you didn't get into it. And then let me just journal this and then we'll call it 10:39. 10:39. I expected a stronger drive than that, but I guess it's just struggling. Normal sells, and then we took a liquidity on the, what was it, the 5-minute time frame, I'll say. 5 minute, yeah, you have a 15 close as well here, so you're expecting a bottom wick. Yeah, 5 minute waiting for a bottom wick. Entry was wick entries, 4 hour stops, 5 minutes. Stops to break even, yes we did. Minutes, 5, that's it. Expecting just liquidity on the 5. And it was, I think, a loss, right? Negative $1.28, so put that as a loss. And then pips was negative 1.6 on the BE. Under slippage. Drawdown, was it drawdown? A little bit, right? No, it was like 14 pips drawdown. And then max profits was 11, right? 10? I think 10. And then break even hits, 5. And then, I mean, we'll see how things play out for the scenario here. Either if it continues down towards our areas or not, but I think our TP was set at 25.875. I think if you were to come down, it'll be like down at these bottom wick areas in the 5 before it tends to pop up. So what you'll see usually is like, let's say it's this level. If you get a drop here, you'll get something like this, like that, get something like this. You might close below, but then from here it's like decision making time, right? So if you're looking for a second idea, I'm done. But if you're looking for something else, wait till it closes below 25 and then don't enter off the bat. Because off the bat, this thing, for all I know, could just come all the way back up like this. Because again, this could be late day reversal. This could be higher low, right? But that was the advantage that we had. So instead, wait for a close respecting 25. You want to see it respecting it. And then as it closes respecting 25, you'll see something like this start to form. Top wicks respecting, these areas to the left here. And then eventually you can get an ideas for sells like in these zones to come down. And that's your second move. Or that's your third move if you're looking for something else there. But this one, we tried. But that idea is over. Okay, chat. So, yeah. If you're still trading, best of luck to you. Zoom. Peace out. YouTube. Hope you guys learned something today. And I think we ended up doing, let me see actually, what did we end up doing? Exactly. 28.88. It's 1.99% today. Okay? So 1.99% today with that break even. So still a good day, still amazing day, double our average. And yeah, we'll move on to next week, chat. Okay, so peace out. Appreciate y'all coming by today. Thanks for all the likes and subs today. As long as you learned something today's stream, I think it was a successful stream today. And I'll see you guys on YouTube next news event. We'll see. FOMC, maybe next NFP. We'll see. But the replay will be up so you guys can watch it and learn from it. And for the Zoom, the recording will be up on the Google Drive. Okay. So I'll see you guys on Monday, TVS01. Peace out, chat. Appreciate you guys. Later. Have a good day, everybody.
Hey. Yo. I'm watching the moves, playing it close. SOD, super soul. Rainy days, his and hers, matching coat. Jet so big, feel like a boat, staying afloat. I'm watching the moves, playing it close. SOD, super soul. She was a hoe, but I ain't gon' judge, cause that was way before. I know. Cleopatra at the pyramid tonight. Cinderella Benz, I got bucket seats inside. Roll a backwood with my enemies inside. Hey, okay, yeah. WhatsApp attachment, first time I seen you naked. I didn't say Santorini, but you texting faded. Say you coming home and give me that goodness gracious, goodness gracious. Watching the moves and playing it close. SOD, super soul. Rainy days, his and hers, matching coat. We fuck on a jet, it feel like a boat, staying afloat. Yeah. I'm watching the moves and playing it close. SOD, super soul. She was a hoe, but I ain't gon' judge, cause that was way before.
Your little brother look up to me like I'm his only figure. Backseat, backstroke. 20 times Bottega, you get what you want. 20 times Balenci, you can have it all. I don't ask no questions about who else involved. Get rid of your troubles, problem solved. All I sip is codeine, clean raw. I been doing burp for these bitches long time. She been riding for too long, throw my games out. I could 360 a bitch, I could turn her up. I could turn this bitch up, turn this shit up. Love it when you shot it down, it's gracious, gracious, come on. How many times taking pictures on my whip? How many times tryna let folks know what it is? Ain't no way he love you, he ain't like your wrist. Ain't no way he love you, struggling with bills. Hit me randomly, we ain't speak prior in weeks. The last shit you had going on must ain't work out. Oh no, when you lean on when shit goes south. 3 a.m. off Molly got me talking like much mouth. Last nigga, yeah, I hadn't even tried, I rushed out. I pay all this bitch bill, she know she can't cuss me out. Push her face, I bought balloons. fancy, no need to pout. Diamonds on my bitch now, I feel aroused.